Hey everyone, Raw Safe Prepper here. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video, kind of a bit of a survival gear, camping gear stuff. So this here is my diesel heater. I know it doesn't look like much, just a hard case, but inside is a diesel heater that I built out. So these are one of these boxes, they sell them at Princess Solid. They go on sale for about $40, $60-ish. So basically I took one of these, open it up, and inside is a diesel heater. So basically to start out with, I have everything packed in that I need. So some fittings for the heater hose, and also a secondary one, just in case you want to extend it from further inside. This here is a converter. So basically, because these run on 12 volt, if you wanted to run it in your trailer or anything, you need basically the converter. So basically it plugs in as a cigarette lighter and you can plug it into a outlet. So also handy if power outages, if you need to heat up your house. So pretty small unit, as you can see. This is the control board here. So you can move it around, you can put it aside, but it also comes with a little handy key, like a key fob to turn it on and off. This here's the wiring harness, so I don't really need any of these connectors anymore, but if I ever want to hook up a spare battery, I gave myself 2 connections here. So moving on to this side here, this is the intake. So you can see I built a little tiny grate in here and riveted it on. So that allows it to suck in oxygen. Moving around the back, you have the fuel line, the exhaust, and this is also in intake as well. Then on the opposite side, at the very bottom next to the wheels, this is your heating, where the heat comes out. So fairly big. I could have put another piece of mesh in there to keep rodents and stuff in, but they'd just be going in the diesel heater, so I can't see really much issue with that. And plus, if it's outside, you're going to have this hose plumbed in and then run to wherever you're at, so not a big worry. So if we open it back up, you'll see on the inside, on the lid, I use these little handy, I believe they're 3M wire tabs, and they're nice because I use them for doing all the electrical, running the lines. So basically up here we have the plug to actually run the unit. Then I have these quick connect fuel lines. So I ordered those off AliExpress. So basically, this is a connection to go for a jerry can. So basically you put it's got the filter at the end. Same style as out of a chainsaw. So you put that in your gas tank and then you screw the lid back on. So you don't have to worry about any leaks. It gets tipped over. And then basically you take this line here, which also has 2 quick disconnects. And in the front of the box, right here, so that's the quick disconnect for the fuel line. And then on this side here, we have the power. So keeps the debris out. Also, this is nice if you're using this in the winter time and you don't want to have your lid wide open like this. You can actually close it, but you can see here, so we have a fuel filter and then the fuel pump. So basically you would just take this line here and connect it. And then when you run this one to your gas line, that's also connected. So just nice and handy, and then just, it's got a little push button there, just disconnect it. And I also picked up bright orange fuel lines, just in case you drop this anywhere, so they're easier to find too. Also on top I have just an extension if I ever had to plug it in to a battery or anything like that. Because I also made it to fit on my ATV to be able to run it. So on the back here, these are just conduit fittings, and that's basically what I built the exhaust out of. And it's worked good ever since. So basically, you just slide that over, and then I would add the exhaust pipe. But my plan is I'm going to be running this inside, so basically I'm going to get another piece of pipe, slide it in, weld this edge on, and then if I want to leave it in my shed, I just slide that on, tighten that down, and this piece is already plumbed outside. And if I want to take it, I'll basically slide that out, and this is a whole portable unit. And it probably weighs, I'll say, 20-30 pounds. So it's a little, it's not heavy, but it's a little solid for what it is. But this heater here is an 8 kilowatt horsepower is what they claim, 12 volt diesel heater. This is a Vevor off Amazon. I believe these go on sale quite a bit, and they kind of fluctuate in price, but they can be go for around $200 down to even $100. And there's plenty of different ones. There's some now they sell with the fuel tank and everything. Everything's combined in one big unit, which I never seen before, but that would be nice. But this seems to do the trick. It's nice and durable. I can throw it right on the back of an ATV if I'm going tenting or camping and don't have to worry about it. And the nice thing I like too is just having, because most people have jerry cans, the jerry can they supply with is, one, it's a hassle, and two, it doesn't stand upright. So it's very unsteady, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a sec. So here is the tank that they supply with the heater. It's a 10-liter tank, as you can see. And the issue I have with this is, as you can see, look, like, it doesn't stand up on its own, so you'd have to fasten it. And I will say, we tried mounting one of these, and they do leak if it's sideways, like leaning like this at all, or flat. So it has to be upright like this, which I'm not a big fan of. It is nice. It's very thin. And if you're mounting this to like a trailer or anything like that, it'd be perfectly fine as long as it's permanent. But whereas mine's portable, this isn't a really good option for me. So that's why I prefer using an actual jerry can like this. And two, where, as I was saying with the nozzle, basically you would put the hose in like this, because this connector is where the hose is actually hooked to. So basically it would act like that, and you'd screw it back on. So you don't have to worry about like the gas seeping out or debris getting in there, especially when you're hooked up. Everything's solid. Whereas this one here, you have to have a permanent fitting somewhere in the bottom. They recommend right there, and they also give you an option on the other side too. So two sides, just depending on how you want to mount it. But if you set this down, now you have to take into account that you have a fitting sticking out probably an inch at the bottom as well, which could get caught on something. Whereas this, you set it on the ground, you run your line from there into your heater, and they just sit inside each other. You don't have to worry about it. And two, these are a lot more readily available. If some reason if you have to get new fitting or new cover or anything like that, and you can interchange it, so they all work. Whereas this one, if something happens to this, you have to basically figure out what you're going to do. If you put a hole in this, you'd have to take that fitting off, either buy a jerry can like this and pop a hole in it and try to put that fitting through. Just a big hassle. And I like easy, and this is easy. And as you can see, this is a 20-liter, and these heaters we ran off for a few days actually off a 20-liter set on high, so they are pretty efficient. So, and that was in a great big garage as well. It wasn't a small building, and it kept the temperature. I think it dropped about 1 degree in the middle of winter, so that's not bad. And another thing I'd like to say about the case is, so when you're actually hauling this, because it's still a portable case. It has a great big handle that comes out, as you can see, handle, but it's also on wheels. So you can wheel this around as well, which is nice if you don't want to lug it long distances. And it just folds right back up. And the bottom piece, it does stand on it a little bit, but you don't have to worry about tipping over. Everything's solid. So if you're interested in this, I'll put some links down in the description below of where I got some of the materials. But no, I highly recommend these diesel heaters. I'm planning on using it in a 53-foot semi-trailer. It's fully insulated. So we'll compare this and see how it heats up this trailer this winter. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.